Okay, here it is, Wednesday, August 15th, 1:47 p.m. Eastern Time. And I've got the download of Windows 8, released to manufacturer version, Pro. And it's been a little difficult. So getting a lot of errors, as expected. The server's been busy. Finally got in and got the Akamai download manager to come up and kick off the download. So that's good. And I'm getting good steady throughput at this point too, as you can see here, about 24 megabits. So I'll have the download shortly. What I'm struggling with is getting the product key button to work right here, and I'm going to need that. The other thing we'll want to do is shove the ISO file into the data store on ESXi 5.0. Update 1 is what we're looking at here. I don't believe there's any patches, just update 1. Okay, so when this thing is done, which is very soon, I'll be able to kick off moving that ISO file over to the right spot on the data repository in the server. And I'm going to use Veeam to do that quickly, a lot faster than the data store browser that's built into vSphere client. On my other window here, I'm going to keep trying to get those license keys. I did have to search for Windows 8 Pro to find it on MSDN. Enterprise was easy, and regular Windows 8 was easy to find, but the Pro version had to explicitly search for it. Okay, the file is almost done. I've got so much elbow room here, I think it's okay to go ahead and put a real-time clock here. And still no product keys. But at least the download is almost ready. So I may have some issues installing. We'll see. You can see the download is finishing now in 10 seconds. And look here, you can actually kind of see the file name and what it's doing. Doing an integrity check now, as you can see here. The last part always takes a while. Pretty used to that. Okay, so it's finished. That's excellent. Now go to well, I know where it is. It's in my download folder. Okay, so I've got the file here, and actually I'm going to pop it to the root of my D drive here. Okay, so now you can see the file on a local file system. Next, it's time for Veeam. So, navigate local computer. And there's the file I'd like to put into the clipboard. And put it in the ISO repository in a very fast, solid state based RAID 0. 2 SATA 3 drives, 6 gigabit, and a RAID 0. So this install should go very quickly is the idea. Getting good throughput as I push the ISO file over to ESX. So we can minimize stuff we don't, just get stuff out of the way that we don't need here. Okay, so that's cruising right along. And it's time for the vSphere client. All right, vSphere client. Well, click New Virtual Machine, and let's do typical. Okay, I'm going to give it that name. And my first one I do is always a template. That's just the naming scheme I like to use. Fast rate array. And let's see if this actually works now. Windows 8, 64-bit. I'm going to leave the virtual machine network alone. Later I'll do the VMXNet optimized driver. But I doubt they have support for that built in. Thin provision. It's going to fake having a huge C drive. Edit the virtual machine settings. And I can see Veeam has finished up. So the file transfer is done. So that means I can now go into here and say data store, connect at power on, and browse my way to that ISO file I just uploaded. Right there. Click finish. And console. Power it up. Okay, I'm kind of dreading what comes next, which is probably a question asking about product keys. Okay, not yet. Custom. All 750 gig. Sure. Click next. And there it goes. Good. Didn't ask for keys. So looking at the clock in the bottom right, we started at 1:55 p.m. And while that's cruising along, I'm going to keep trying to get those product keys. If I have some time during post-production of the raw video, I'll probably speed up this boring section past real time, beyond real time. It's going quite quickly, as expected. Seeing if I can grab the 32-bit version as well, or the product keys over in a separate window that you're not seeing. And look at that, I'm actually having luck getting the 32-bit version. So we're now almost an hour after the first release, and it looks like things are getting better as far as downloads from Microsoft. Install continues to cruise along nicely. At this point, since it is going fast, probably just keep the recording going. So given we don't have a blue screen, this is a good sign that setting it up for Windows 8 in ESXi 5.0 update 1, it's probably a good idea, meaning it works. In the past, you sometimes had to do some tricks, like pretending it's Windows 2008 R2 for Server 2012 variants, for example. All right, so while that's going, I'm going to start working on a blog post here, and that's taking awfully long. So it looks like we might have had our first failure here, where I'm going to have to come up with a different routine, which is probably what I was just saying, pretending it's Windows 2008 R2. Or, in this case, pretending it's Windows 7 64-bit and seeing how that goes. Okay, so that's a nice solid hang. So let's go ahead and power off. If I go to summary screen, it's going to say no tools installed. And it's just way too long. So I'm going to power off that virtual machine. Change the type to Windows 7 64-bit. And see how that goes. Okay, progress. So that simple tweak got me out of trouble. Now I want to do another install just to be sure that setting it as Windows 7 64-bit from the get-go, right up front, gives me similar success or identical success. But in the interest of time and getting this word out there that this thing works, I'll worry about that a little later. Okay, while that's going, I'm going to keep working on the blog post. And awesome, we're in. So if we look at 5-6 minutes now, we could take away a minute or two based on the hang. So we got the thing installed in 3-4 minutes. All right, here we go. I'm going to do a local account. Just to avoid Hotmail and showing stuff, I'd rather just leave that alone for a bit. This is new. This is the new introductory video that Microsoft has provided. The only issue is I don't have VMware Tools installed yet, and we're not remotely controlling this machine, so I could pipe audio to remote desktop connection. All right, so I'm going to have to go through this without VMware Tools. That's okay. Okay, it's going to make me do this, I think. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we're kind of forced to go through this test. The only problem is I got no mouse. Okay, that was just a video. It wasn't actually interactive. This look and feel of the first time logging in and trying to see my desktop is definitely new. And there we go. We have a desktop, we have flowers, we are in. I'm going to turn on all icons in the taskbar. And I'm going to go ahead and get a look at properties of my system. Turn on remote connections. That way we can get sound as well. Okay, that's one step. The other step, see Windows is not activated, so that's fine. And update. So Windows Update might be kicking off right now. Oh, no, okay. We'll leave that as it is. So it's set, but there's nothing available at this moment in time. And resolution and device manager. Let's have a look there before I go ahead and install VMware Tools. Okay, so we've got a network adapter seen. If I hit Windows key and Q for search, I can type in ipconfig, and I have an IP address. So I'm on the web here. Things are working. Okay. Network stacks up. Next would be display adapter. Okay, basic display adapter. Storage controller. So no evidence of obviously VMware Tools installed. And I just want to keep on going here and get VMware Tools installed at this point. So that's how Device Manager looks before I touch it. Now we click on Guest. So I right-clicked, Guest, Install VMware Tools, and the usual VMware Tools install. This will be interesting to see how that goes. Notice in the bottom right the desktop shows Windows 8 Pro. By default, the desktop shows. That's interesting. I didn't do the registry tweak to have that show. All right, purple. Click on that. Click on the executable. Launch the VMware Tools installer. Okay, I'm going to go for typical and just see what happens, including video. Now, let's have a look here. We did a simple install. If we look at the settings of the VM, and we look at the video card, we'll see 3D was not turned on. So that's a mistake. So I want to fix that as well. Okay, VMware Tools is in. Okay, I'm going to shut down manually rather than reboot. So Windows C for charms. Click on Settings, click on Power, click on Shutdown. Okay, let's edit the settings of the video card. Let's turn on 3D support. And 8 video, wow, that's very small. I'm going to put on auto detect. Power that back up. Let's get ready with a remote desktop connection. That's what I call this VM. Wow, new graphics. Oh boy, I just want to grab screenshots here for my blog posts. It's new. Got it. All right. Log in, double clicking. Here's my desktop. Let's see how VMware Tools did. We should see the VMware Tools icon light up in the tray. Clock is specific time. It never asked me the time, so it's normal behavior, but I want to fix that while we wait for VMware Tools to light up. So I'm going to turn off auto synchronization. I'm going to use VMware Tools to set the clock. And let's go to Eastern time here. Okay, VMware Tools came up. Open up VMware Tools and sync our clock that way. Okay, now let's see, what did we get for a video driver? Well, my mouse moves seamlessly in and out of the window, so that's a good sign right there. Still a Microsoft Basic Display Adapter. Do I want to manually get the WDDM driver? I don't know yet, but let's go ahead and finish up this video with connecting. Over remote desktop connection. And you can see it locked us up there, of course. And naturally, we should now have sound. Okay, getting a little video drawing issue there. So let's hit Windows C for charms, or just hit the Windows key. And yeah, we got a mapping issue there, so I'll have to set up remote desktop connection better. So the tip there will be go to Options. Get this a little bigger first of all. Full color depth. And we need that Windows key to be passed through remotely. Very important for Arrow. All right. So it's looking good. We've got VMware tools installed. Maybe we have sound, so now I can hit Windows, and awesome, Metro comes up, even in a windowed environment. Windows Q, and if I go to settings and type sound, I believe I'll get a little sound output. Excellent. And we are recording sound. Hopefully you heard that in the audio. Let me crank that. I don't know if I have Camtasia recording system sounds. So let me just record through my microphone here. Okay, so obviously we have sound. I'd say we are good to go. Windows 8 Pro installs fine in ESXi. The only gotcha really was that I just had to pretend it was Windows 7 64-bit. There might be other ways, like going from BIOS to EU EFI BIOS or some other tweak. But for now, I think this really suffices for showing a basic install of Windows 8. And there you have it. And I think we'll close out with one more thing. Windows Q, command prompt. And there's our version. Matches the build number. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you found this helpful. And please comment at tinkertree.com. Good day.